of your STAAR review, and in this video we're going to be talking about composite volume. So in your STAAR review folder, opening it up to page 7, you should have already placed this, but just as a reminder, this should be placed at the bottom of page 7, where formulating equations and inequalities and where we discussed volume. So that being said, composite volume, you have two types. You have first a combination, a combo where you're stacking two shapes together, or you can have a whole where you have a shape and it has a hole in it, so there you would have to subtract. So if they're stacked, you're adding. If you have a hole, you're subtracting. So let's go ahead and get back into our Google slide, and we're going to go ahead and open up the stack shape, and we're going to look at that one first. So here it just says find the volume. So I'm finding the volume of two different shapes, and since they're stacked together, this means we're going to add them. So I have a cylinder, and I also have a cone. So my first step is going to be to find the formula for volume of a cylinder. So let me go ahead and open up our formula chart. And I'm going to go down to volume of a cylinder is V equals big B times little h. So I'm going to go ahead and write that here. V equals big B times little h. Now on my cylinder, my base shape is a circle. So I need to find the formula for area of a circle. So going back to my formula chart, I go up top, I see area of a circle is pi times r squared. So to find the area of my base, it's going to be pi times r squared. I just need my radius. So up top, I see on my base that my radius will be 7. So I have pi times 7 squared. I need to go ahead and open up my calculator, and I need to plug this in. See what it equals. So I have pi times 7 and then squared. Enter. We get 153.938. We're just going to round that to 153.9. So the area of my base is 153.9. Now I want to multiply that by the height of my cylinder, which is 28. Now I just have to take 153.9 times 28, and here we get 4,309.2. Now I have my cone. So going to my formula chart, the formula for volume of a cone is V equals 1/3 times big B times little h. So V equals 1/3 times big B times little h. So on this cone, your base is that same circle. So you can actually go ahead and use the area that you found for your cylinder. So this becomes 1/3 times the area of our base was 153.9 times the height of our cone, which is from the peak of our cone to the center of our base. So that's going to be 10. So now all I have to do is plug that in. So I have control divide 1/3 times 153.9 times 10. When I press enter, here I get 513. So the volume of my cone was 513. The volume of my cylinder is 4,309.2. Since they are stacked on top of each other, that means we are going to add them together. So 4,309.2 plus 513, you get 4,822.2. So here the volume of this stacked shape is going to be 4,822.2, and this is going to be feet cubed. So now taking a look at your foldable, let's see how everything that needs to get put in there. This is everything you should have written down. Okay, so that's for the stacked image. Now we're going to go ahead and close it. And now we're going to look at if we have a hole. So this is our second type, which are holes. So we're going to go ahead and go to our next slide. And the two types of holes that we have here, the two types of shapes we have here are a pyramid and a cone. So I'm going to write pyramid And we have a cone. And this time, since we do have a hole, we will be subtracting. So first, let's go ahead and find the volume of my pyramid. So I need to go to my formula chart, find the formula for volume of a pyramid, and here I see it's V equals 1 over 3 times big B times little h. So V equals 1 over 3 times big B times little h. Now on this pyramid, your base is going to be a rectangle. So going up top, we're going to go ahead and find the formula for area of a rectangle or a square. And the way we find the area of a square is going to be side times side or length times width. In this case, 9 and 9 are going to be the length and width. So here I have 9 times 9. 9 times 9 equals 81. Now, I'm going to go ahead and plug that in for B because, again, this was the area of my base. So this is 1 over 3 times 81 times the height of my pyramid, which is 8. Now, going ahead and plugging that in your calculator, we have control divide, 1 on top, 3 on the bottom, times 81 times 8. Now here, you get that your volume of your pyramid is 216. Now I need to find the volume of a cone. We need to first start off by finding what is the formula for volume of a cone. It's going to be the same. It's V equals 1 over 3 times big B times little h. Now the only difference here is what is your base shape. On a cone, your base shape is going to be a circle. So you're going to find the area of your base a little bit differently. Now the formula for area of a circle on your formula chart tells us it is pi times r squared. So pi times r squared. And then I just need my radius. Now, here I have 6, and it's pointing to our diameter. I know this is our diameter because it goes all the way across. Now, to find your radius, you need to divide by 2. So I take 6, I divide that by 2, and I get 3. So here, to find the area of your base, you're going to take pi and multiply it by 3 squared. Now, plugging that in your calculator, pi times 3 squared equals 28.27. We're going to round that to 28.3. So here this is 1 over 3 times 28.3 times the height of my cone. Your height of your cone is going to be the same as the height of your pyramid. So this is going to be 8. So now let's go ahead and plug that in. I'm going to take control divide, 1 on top, 3 on the bottom. I'm multiplying this by the area of my base, which is 28.3, and I'm multiplying that by the height of the cone, which was 8. And there I get that my the volume is going to be 75.4667. We're going to round that to 75.47. So I found the volume of the cone. I have found the volume of the pyramid. Since it is a whole, again, we will be subtracting these two. So I'm going to take the volume of the pyramid, which was 216, and I'm going to subtract the volume of the cone, which is 75.47. And here, the volume is going to be 140.53. And this is going to be meters cubed. So now going ahead and taking a look at your foldable. This is everything you should have written down. And that was our video on composite volume. Again, just make sure this is glued, and once you have watched both the video for composite volume and volume, you're ready to go. You can go ahead and complete your assignment for the day. Other than that, just go ahead and email us if you have any other questions.